question here. I sort of asked Connor before, but obviously a tough string of losses and a tough stretch for the group. But how's the team morale been, and how's the response been coming into practice this week?
Team morale, obviously, given the results that we've had, it hasn't been great, right? It's lingering in the back of our heads. That doesn't mean that we aren't in tune with what we want, and the camaraderie is still there. And the response is obviously to try and win the following game, and we can't just dwell on the ones that we lost. We got to learn from, our mistakes, but we also just, we got to highlight the things that we did well as well, and focus on that, and just try to do that on a consistent basis.
How is the defensively? How's your line and the defensive role? Have you dealt with the loss of Niall? With that height in the back line.
Listen, everybody's important here, right? And who's ever called upon has to respond. Yeah, obviously Niall has been a presence in the back for us there, but that doesn't mean that Robin, who stepped in a couple of times, or Tristan, who had to step in there, Cave, and even Connor at some times he stepped in there to try and fill that role. So, yeah, there's some strengths and weaknesses within that, but we just got to make sure that we're trying to be consistent, with whomever is on the field.
Yeah, it seems like, especially in that second half, down a goal and you're pushing guys forward, that the defense maybe got caught out a few times against Memphis, and that sort of led to the second goal. Is there any specific improvements that Tab or anyone else has mentioned that needs to be made ahead of the game in Phoenix this week?
I think mainly just our shape, really, to try and avoid those kinds of scenarios, right? And whether that defense starts from up front and then kind of ends on us, right? We just got to deal with it better on all lines. So I think maybe it's just the shape is what we're looking for right now.
Absolutely, and a final thing for me, a couple of games ago, stepping into that captain role, as we mentioned, with the absence of Niall. How did that feel to having been a leader for this team, between the six all season, to finally get that captain's role?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's natural to just try and help the guy in front of me or next to me. So, just by having that captain's armband, obviously it comes with responsibility and that trust coming from first the coaching staff and also the players. So I was honored to have that for that game against Birmingham. But that doesn't change anything now, with in terms of how I hold myself accountable and just try to help my teammates.